Hello, and we are live, and I'm just sorting my screen out to make sure I can see everything that I need to see. If you're here, drop me a comment and let me know that you're here. Now, it might get a little bit confusing. You can drop me comments on the website if you're watching on the website. You can drop the comments. Let me pop the links in here as well. That's the website page, or you can comment. That's what I wanted. Facebook group is here as well. I am also looking at, going to get a little bit confusing, I'm also looking at the YouTube comments, but please only use those if the others really aren't working for you. Okay. I've popped the YouTube link in the group as well, because I have heard that a couple of people were struggling to get on the website today, which is strange because I haven't had any issues. So, but you never know. We love tech gremlins. So if you can hear me, please tell me. If you're commenting on, I'm going to have to see, am I going to have to refresh pages? We'll get there in a second. If you can see and hear me, please tell me. You've got the comments on YouTube, and that one's coming back to me, or not that I can see anyway. I think we've got comments in too many places. No comments on the website yet. Let me check it's working, because we obviously are behind a little bit of time. Yes, it is. We are there. We are live on the page. Right, today is going to be a fantastic class. Once I confirm that you can see and hear me. I can't wait to really get started, but I really do need to hear from you first. We need to get some conversations happening. So where are we? Tanya, that will be perfect. That will work beautifully. Right, so I've just had a message saying that Sharon's a bit confused where the comments should be. You can put them, you've got a choice of 3 places for comments, which I know is ultra confusing. Probably the Facebook group. The Facebook group I've just popped in the comments on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube, or it's pinned to the top of the group. That's the best place to be. The Creative Business Community Group. I've just renamed it, so I had to remember what that was. Okay, so Tanya and Kirsty, thank you very much. It's lovely that you can see and hear me, and yes, you're in the right place. That is perfect. I am also monitoring, just in case anybody's not in the group or they can't kind of get there for any reason. I'm also monitoring the YouTube comments and the web page comments. That's the web page where the video is playing. Yay, brilliant. I can see them now. I've had to refresh for that one, so brilliant. Hello, Charlotte. Hello, Joanne. Hello, Debbie. Brilliant. Hi, Becky. Hi, Jim. Fantastic to see you. Hi, Susan. Hi, Sarah. Brilliant. Oh, that was bothering me. Oh, it was a bit behind time having to catch up then. So I'm going to have to refresh that one. It's not manually refreshing for me, which is really unuseful. But we're not going to worry about it. We are not going to let tech beat us in any way, shape or form. So find comment on the website. Find comment. Hi, Vicky, as well in Facebook. Okay, brilliant. Wow. Right then, are you ready to get started? Are you ready to start making more money in your business? Actually, first things, tell me where you are. I would love to know whereabouts you are. Are you in the UK? Are you in Warwickshire? I'm in Warwickshire. Are you further afield than the UK? I really, really would love to know. Tell me, drop me a comment below. And I'll just give you a brief rundown while you're doing that about what it is that we're going to be doing over the next hour. So really what I want to dig into the next hour is I want to look at your obstacles and challenges, what's holding you back. Big part of that is probably mindset, but we'll dig into that in a second. So we're going to dig into that, and then we're going to look at how you make the money that you make from your business, how you're actually going to make the income that you want to make from your business, and We're going to dig into specific marketing platforms and tools and things that are out there as well. And then I'm going to give you a great opportunity. In fact, there's a download as well at the end. There's a great download for you as well, which will really back up everything that we cover in this session. Okay, so let me go and refresh. Are you ready? I am. Right. Joe, you've got, hi, watching on the web page is not part of the right group. I think I am here. That's fine. Joe, it's the Creative Business Community Group. I shouldn't have renamed it, should I, just before having to say it all live. Right then, it's fine. You're in the right place here. Hi, Sally. Fab that you're here as well. Hi, Alison. You're in Warwickshire, but not the posh part. I'm not in the posh part either. Close, but not there. Vicky, you're in Paris, mid Wales. Ooh, very nice. Right then, should we get started? Right. So actually, I'm starting with another question. I'm making it fun for myself, aren't I, having to multiple places to check comments, but I really am starting with another question, and that is, do you really believe that you can make more money from your creative business? That's what I want to know. Do you believe it? Do you believe that you are capable of making more money from your creative craft, art, photography, whatever it is? Do you believe it? Do you know that? And if not, why not? Drop me a comment below. Basically, this is a very, very interactive class. I want to talk with you. I want to have conversation. I know I'm kind of talking at you through the video, but I really, really want to be talking and having conversations with you rather than just sitting here and preaching. There's no slides today. This is me addressing these issues as they stand. It's like being back at school. Got a teacher at the front of the class talking to you. That's what today is all about. I'm here because I want to make sure that you are fulfilling your dream, what you're capable of, because I know that you're capable of much more. Okay, Victoria, but Facebook has been completely useless, so I'm sorry if I'm slow. I'm in Brighton and Hove. I didn't know that, Victoria. Is that where you normally are? Oh, nice. Vicky, I do believe that. I really do. Fantastic, because you've got an amazing business. You know, in fact, oh, I'm throwing him on the floor. That's not a good start, is it? Look, where's one of Vicky's? Look how cute and amazing. Keep him there as my good luck mascot for today's lesson. Sally, but yes, I know it must be possible. Fantastic. So that's a couple of comments in the Facebook group. Let's pop over to the page. I want to know, are you? I'm impressed so far. Susan, you're in Dumbarton in Scotland. Oh wow, welcome. What's the weather like in Scotland? I was going to say sunny Scotland, but it probably isn't. It most probably isn't. Okay. Right. Maybe you're in Herefordshire. You put, yes, I'm sure I can. I just don't know how. Brilliant. Wow. I'm impressed so far. I really am impressed. I was expecting a few more doubts. I really, really was. Okay. We might have to whiz through this first part. We really do. If no one's out, or maybe you'll fess up in a minute if we start talking about them. Right, one last refresh on this page. Okay, so your biggest obstacles in your business, what are they? Well, they're kind of you and your customer. Simple, isn't it? When you break it right down. Right, so what do I mean by you? Well, you, if you have any elements of, well, if you have low self-belief, low self-esteem, and if you don't believe in yourself, which so far you do, which is absolutely wonderful, then actually that's going to have a knock-on effect in your business. I can teach you all the tricks and tips and techniques and tactics and things that you need to know to be successful. But if you have that low self-esteem, if you have that lack of self-belief, then actually you're not going to apply them. You're going to get distracted easily. You're going to procrastinate all the while, and you're going to kind of put off. You're probably busy making and creating and coming up with new designs, but not putting them out there. And that's a self-worth, self-esteem issue. So you're going to need to work on that if that's something that you have an issue with. The other one for you is a fear of rejection. That's the other thing that really holds us back from putting ourselves out there, that we kind of think, oh, what if somebody doesn't like it? What if then, what if, what? And actually, you've just got to realize that this isn't personal. If you have that self-belief and you know that your products are amazing, as I'm sure they are, like this little guy, then Does it matter what somebody else thinks? You're never going to please everybody all of the time. It's as simple as that. And things go wrong. We're human. Look at me today, juggling 2 different places with comments. We have to adapt and we have to be a little bit flexible. That's the way it works. So if something doesn't go wrong for somebody and you're going to take it personally, find a thicker skin. You need to take this. This is business. It's not personal. Not everybody will love what you do. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. We don't want to please everybody. That just sounds like a nightmare. So those are your big things there on mindset. Let me just double check in and see if anybody is picking up on any of those and saying, actually, that's an issue. If so, we will dig in a little bit more. Sherry, if we just arrived, got my coffee. Oh, nice. I haven't got a coffee today. Could have done with coffee. Sally, I'm at home in sunny Southport. Yes, the sunny out. Wow. Grey sky here. Debbie, you've put what you're describing is me to a T. I might dig in a little bit more then. Okay. Mark, not so sunny Skegness. Joanne, you're having issues with branding. You've no design skills and you're stuck. Okay. So let's just dig a little bit deeper into this then with mindset. So the issue with mindset really is it holds you back because you have a lack of confidence. You're not putting yourself out there enough. You're not using the tools and the techniques that you either know how to use or somebody shows you how to use and you go, great, I could do that. But you don't take that final step. You're going to have to, sorry to say this, because you're going to go, oh, do I have to? You're going to have to fake it till you make it. Confidence is a muscle. Self-esteem, self-belief, self-worth, it really is all a muscle. So the more you use it, the more you get out there and do it, and when the sales start coming in, it will grow and it will develop and you'll get stronger at it. So to start with, fake it till you make it. But also a little exercise that can be really good to do is to say, I like myself lots. And I know that sounds a little bit woo-woo and a little bit bizarre, but you are training your brain that actually you're proud of yourself and you like what you do. You can use that instead if you want to. I love what I do. I'm great at what I do. Filling in what I do as your business and what you make and what you create. They are great little things to do. You really can learn this. You can get better at this. But you do, to start, we just have to go deep breath, smile, and get out there. Because the thing is, if you don't have that confidence, if you let those doubts talk in your mind. In fact, I was talking to my son the other day and I described doubt. You only have to have the tiniest little doubt. And as soon as you start listening to that little seed of a doubt, it gets louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. And before you know it, all you can hear are those doubts. All the good things, all the feedback that you have, all the just the stuff that you know that you're good at, it just disappears out the window because those doubts have got so long. I call it the spiral of doubt. It spirals and magnifies and it's bigger and bigger. So you have to learn to nip it in the bud, and you have to have this bit of self-belief, and you have to be prepared to put yourself forward. You have to be resilient, really, and you have to have bounceability, that you cannot take any rejections personally. You can't take any criticisms personally. You have to know that you are blinking good at what you do, because you are. I know you are. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. So that's your first one. Trying to think if I kind of started something in that. Yes, I know I was going to go with that. But the other knock-on effect with not having that confidence is when you do put yourself out there, you put yourself out there in a way that's questioning and got those doubts in it. And you think, what do you think of this? Is this good enough? What do you think? And you're asking, in fact, I used to do it as a photographer. When I worked on a local weekly newspaper, and my fellow photographer would go up and say, this is a great photo. I think this is a front page pic, to the editor. And I'd kind of go, I've taken this today. What do you think? Now, actually, I know that I'd look at the other photographer's photos and I would go, mine are at a par with that. I'm all right with that. But I just didn't have that self-confidence to stand up and say that. Guess whose photos ended up on the front page? I did get photos on the front page. I can't say they didn't, but the ones where it wasn't clear cut, where it wasn't a particular piece of news, or it just, if they were kind of like on a par, the other photographers did. I was planting the doubts in the editor's mind before he'd even seen my photographs, before he'd even seen my work and knew what I'd done that day. Don't do that. You have to have enough self-confidence in yourself that you're not planting seeds of doubt in your customer's mind. Your customers have to know that they can trust you. They have to know that you're honest. Are you honest and you've got doubts? Well, why should I believe you if you're honest and you've got doubts? But you have to have the confidence in what you've got. Okay, right, I'm going to refresh again now, and then I'm going to crack on and talk about customers. Debbie put, lots of people tell me what I do is good. I just don't believe it enough. I get that. I so get that, Debbie. I did I played the clarinet growing up, and I did my grade 8. And my grade 8, the examiner, as I was leaving, said, "Oh, I really hope to hear you do a recycle soon," or whatever his words. Recital, not recycle. Just realised the word I'd mispronounced my word. Recital soon, and carry on with what you're doing. And I walked out going, "Yeah, sarcastic. So I messed up a few times." And all I was replaying was those little bits where I'd gone wrong. I knew exactly what I'd done wrong, and I was hounding myself for it. I got a distinction. People don't lie. They don't. Honestly, if you ever hear me tell you that you're great, you know I'm telling the truth. I will never ever lie to anybody. I will ask questions and kind of pin down what you're doing if I don't understand it. But if people are bothering to tell you that you're good, believe it. People don't give compliments unless they mean it. Honestly, they don't. So Debbie, fake it till you make it. Tell yourself you're good. It's you that needs to tell yourself. Yes, listening to other people's great, but you need to tell yourself. Look in the mirror and say, I'm good at what I do. I'm not saying you'll never learn anything more. I'm not saying you know everything, but you're really, really good at what you do. Okay, so, oh, you all seem quiet on the website. Let me refresh again. You've put it's the fact that people don't buy that makes me doubt myself. Well, keep watching because we might cover other areas of that in a minute. Right, so customers. I said your other obstacles are customers. So they are. Customers are really scared they're going to get it wrong. How many times have you bought something and you've regretted it afterwards and you think it just wasn't quite up to scratch? You weren't satisfied. You were disappointed with it. It wasn't what you thought you'd get. You've just made a mistake somehow. I know we can return things and all that type of stuff, but it has this buyer's remorse effect that actually customers are quite wary of buying, which is why they have to like you. They have to know they can trust you. They have to believe you, which is where you have to have belief in what you do so that they have it all resonates together. Yeah, if that doesn't come through in your marketing, if it doesn't come through in your posts on social media, if it doesn't come through in your emails, if it doesn't come through that you have a big smile when you're stood behind your stall at a craft event, then you're driving people away and you're losing them before you've even started. You have to have that element of, I'm good at this. You don't need other people to tell you you're good. You just have to know, I know I'm good at what I do. I know that I can teach marketing. I know that I know marketing. And I know that I can see opportunities for people as well. I know, doesn't mean I never have doubts. Of course it doesn't. But you have to believe. Deep down, you have to believe. And that means training yourself. That means putting the effort in to do it. That means talking to yourself in the mirror. Believe me, it's crazy. I've made myself cry by talking into the mirror before. How crazy is that? Anyway, before I drive you off as you think I'm bonkers, let's carry on. Okay, so customers, you have to convince them that you believe in what you're doing and that you have the right solution for what it is that they're looking for. And they have to see you as a friend. It really is that stronger bond. They have to feel that you're capable of being friends. Maybe that's a better way of doing it, but they have a connection with you. So that confidence is there, because if you do start questioning everything, there's other people out there who do similar things to you that do have the confidence. So if you don't have it, they'll shop elsewhere. Customers have a choice. They can buy from you, they can buy from someone else, or they can not buy at all. We want them buying from you. Hi, Sophie, you found the comments. They're all over the place. Oh, dear. I'll get this sorted for the next class. Right. Okay, so do you know your product? That's my next question. Because that's the one thing customers do also want to know. They want to know your product. They want to know all about it, and they want you to be able to tell them all about it. So tell me, What's your main product? What's your signature product? What's the product that you're most known for? Pop me a comment either in the Facebook group or on the webpage or on YouTube if you're there on YouTube. I'm not seeing any comments on YouTube. I don't want to refresh the page and lose the feed because that wouldn't be good. Sherry, I believe in my product, brilliant. And through messages and posts, I'm fine. Face to face, I struggle, but I'm getting better. Vicky, oh, I shouldn't have asked you, Vicky. You know I cannot pronounce. These are Vicky's. Amimagurumi. No, see, I can't pronounce. It's as simple as I just cannot pronounce it. Sharon, you finally found the right place. Sorry. Yeah, so Sherry is yours is paper flower bouquets, and yours are absolutely beautiful. So face to face, what's different between face to face and through messages? You know your product better than anybody. I know you do. Come on then. I'm interested to see what everybody does because I'm nosy. Scroll. Sarah, you're just from outside Cardiff. Another somebody else in Wales, which is brilliant. I'm busy making at the moment. So I have my first Christmas craft fair as a business owner on Friday. Exciting. You're looking forward to it, but it's a bit scared too. Smile. Smile. Believe in your own products. You will be fine. We'll carry on a little bit more in a second as well. Okay, so I mean, with other things you can do there. Realise I didn't finish my sentence out loud. So Sophie, put products made from my photos and pet photography, which is brilliant. Sophie, don't you kind of squeeze a few other things in there though, like personalized names? Because I personally think you need to go all in on your photos. I'm stepping back now. You can come back to me with that another time, but that's my feel for you. Debbie, probably know for my cross-stitch kits and then needle felting and painted wooden items. Brilliant. Sally, bespoke cards and jewelry pictures. People refer to me as a personal card maker, the card lady or the jewelry lady. Nice to be known. Sherry, you put I'm naturally shy. It's the initial approaching and starting a conversation. Okay. You can be shy and be successful. Having that belief and having that confidence and self-esteem and self-value doesn't make a difference whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. I'm an introvert. I have moments I'm an extrovert. There's times I'm kind of a bit of a mix, but there are times I'm most definitely an introvert, and I'd rather just kind of stand at the back of the room and not be noticed. Believe it or not, even though I do these videos. Maybe you just need to have a hi and something as a staple that you say, Sherry. Maybe it's just as simple as that, as having hi. Feel free to have a look if you're there. Are you thinking that you're on a stand in a selling environment, or is this networking events? Maybe we need to pick up on that in the members club. Victoria, put chainmail, Viking metal jewelry and accessories. Some of the most popular ones are these wrist bands. They're pretty, nice and colourful. Vicky, put selling myself is the hardest thing. Not good at blowing my own trumpet. I guess in life we're encouraged not to brag, and modesty is apparently a good thing. Okay. I don't actually really want you to brag. I'm running through what I'm just doing next in the class in my head. Right. I don't want you to brag in any way, shape or form. Really, really don't. What I do want you to do is I want you to actually ask more questions of your customers, because we really need to dig deep to our customers and find out what it is that they want before we can really start marketing. So listening is the biggest skill, rather than always talking at people. Says me, who's talking at you right now for an hour. Oh, but then I'm not here to, well, I kind of am. I'm asking you lots of questions, so I kind of am following my own rule. But the more you ask and the more you listen, the more you will find out about people, and the more you will find out about how you should be targeting your marketing. Marketing has two levels. Marketing is getting out in front of people who've never seen you before and getting their attention. And that's interrupting whatever it is that they're doing already. So if they're on Facebook, you've got to interrupt them as they're reading what their friends did last night, where their friends have gone on holiday, or all that type of information. You've got to grab their attention. Okay, so your marketing has to kind of be relevant to what's going on and relevant to a need that they've got. Then you've got your marketing to people who already know you. So your email list, I'm going to say your Facebook fans. Obviously, that's if Facebook are showing your posts, but you've got the people who already know you and your existing customers. So we've got two different types of marketing going on. What we really want to know is what words and what images are going to interrupt and grab attention for what you do. The best way to do that is to ask the questions and listen. Now, I'm going to ask you another question now. You've just been telling me what your product is. I bet if I asked you, you could tell me more about it as well, what it's made of, the materials, all that type of information you could just give me. Of course you could. What I want to know is, what does your product do? Right. So what do I mean by that? I mean, what your product isn't why your customer's going to buy it. What your product does is why they're going to buy it. Okay. Insurance policy. Does anybody want an insurance policy? Do you really? No. You buy it because of what it does, which is give peace of mind. Okay. The payment terms, the exact cover that it gives you. Yes, you're going to read through the small print and suss all of that, but actually it comes down to car insurance. Yeah, it gives me what I want to do. Yeah, it gives me, I'll pay extra for a courtesy car, but it's that peace of mind that it gives you. So I want to know for your product, and there should be several of these, what does your product do for your customer? Probably intangible. Peace of mind. It's intangible. It's not, yeah. Does it make them happy? Does it make them feel proud? Does it make them look good in front of their friends? Does it add a finishing touch to home, bridal outfit, you name it? What is it that you do? Does it set a style? Does it kind of announce their style? I'm actually going to refresh now and stop trying to feed you with suggestions of where it could be. This is your crucial information, because if you're just putting photos out there of, I'm going to use pens. Anybody who's in my club knows I use pens as props a lot. If you're just selling a pen and you go, here's a pen, it's blue. Yeah, and okay, this isn't a calligraphy pen, but let's pretend it was, that it's a nice calligraphy pen and you did the example of the writing. Learn how, or I don't know, I'm going to say learn. I hope somebody was teaching it as well. Learn, I'm obsessed with teaching. Learn how to present your work in an amazing way. Use this pen. Yeah, I have worded that terribly. You can see that I hadn't prepared that line. But you get the idea. It's what can you do with it? Write a letter with it. It's not about buying a pen. It's about writing a letter. It's about writing your to-do lists. Yeah, let's refresh. Let's dig myself out of that hole I'm digging myself further into. Right. Okay, so Lisa, you put, I'm in Kent listening but not commenting because I'm making a carrot. I know what you mean by that, but that's a bit funny. It's a bit random otherwise. Okay, so Lisa, what does your carrot do for somebody? That's what I want to know. There's a challenge for you. Joe, you put, I make activity packs for children themed throughout the year. Okay, so what do those activity packs do for your customer? You've got a few there, haven't you? I can think of them off the top of my head, but I want you to tell me. Sarah, you put, I'm doing cross-stitch embroidery, scarves and shawls at the moment. I'm going to branch out into costumes when I graduate in 2020. Wow, that sounds brilliant. So what do they do for your customer? Okay, what are the benefits to your customer is really what we're trying to get to here. Joanne, you put doubly concentrated wax melts. Brilliant. So what does that mean for your customer? I don't actually know. What does doubly concentrated mean? Does it mean they last longer? They're stronger scented? What does that mean? What does it do for your customer? In other words, what they do, there's actually an opposite side to that, isn't it? It's like a heads and tails. The opposite side is you're solving a problem. So what's the problem? It's having conversations about that by asking the questions of your customer, hearing the words that they're saying, picking it up on the images that grab their attention, and that information together, put together to be out there and be seen with, whether it's the images you use on the homepage of your website, whether it's the images you use for getting out there and promoting your products, whether it's the words that you use and the questions that you're asking when you get out there. Wow, it's going to skyrocket you. That is gold dust. Terry, you put, I can't see all the comments you're reading. Where are they? Some are in the Creative Business Community group. It's one of the announcement posts, so it's at the top of the page, and the others are here on here. The two places. Susan, you put, I make jewelry, tiaras. I'm not making them up, I promise. Susan, you put, I make jewelry, tiaras, necklaces, pendants, fascinators, wire wrap rings, wire weave pendants, wire wrapped. I should put my glasses back on. Pendants, earrings, watches, and bracelets. Wow. Brilliant. Okay, so what does that do for your customer? How does that make your customers feel? All about the emotions. It's all about the emotions. How are we doing on time? I'm going to look at my phone. It's easier than right. It's easier than looking down there. I'll be squinting like crazy. So, Vicky, what do these do for your customer? They make them smile. Makes me smile. Sherry, what do your paper flower bouquets do for your customer? Sophie, the same for you. Your pet photography, what does it do for your customer? You know this. We've covered this before, but it is the foundations of your marketing. It's the foundations of great marketing. If you're just out there showing a photo of a pet and going, listed this on Etsy today, go buy it. So what? And that's the worst response you can get from somebody. So what? It really is. Okay. Scroll, Nicola. Scroll. Sharon, you said bags. Glad you found us, by the way. Sherry, put wedding fair. At the minute I take my mum and she starts the convo and I join in with all the info. Debbie, you put, that's why I take hubby talks, I give info. You have a solution, and that is the most important thing. But your biggest one is be welcoming. If it's the wedding fair, Sherry, have you booked your wedding date yet? It's those kind of questions. Your customers want to talk about themselves. They don't really want to hear about your products. They do once they've kind of sussed what you do. But right now, particularly brides, wow, have you booked your wedding? Where are you getting married? Oh, come on, tell me. I'd love to know. I'd love to know where people are getting married. Just have that natural instinct and that natural love and curiosity for your customers. One of the big qualities you can have as a creative business owner towards your customers is empathy, caring, understanding. All of that makes you a great creative business owner, to care about their weddings. In fact, that reminds me, one of my clients once, we were having a conversation, and hers was a bridal business, and we were having a conversation, and all she was doing was moaning about brides. Oh, I hate them. I don't. They're so demanding. They're this, they're that, they're the other. Da 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 da. They just want to talk about their weddings, and I don't want to know. And I asked her, well, why are you working with brides? You don't like them. She's changed her business. She's now no longer working directly with brides. Still kind of a little bit of a hint in there, but now they just kind of order and go rather than having to come up with designs and work together. And she is in a much better place. She's much happier not having to deal with it. Now, hopefully, Sherry, you like brides. You like weddings. In which case, ask those questions. Those are your in. And once they've started talking to you, it's the, have you set the date yet? Oh, where are you getting married? Have you got your dress? Oh, come on. Have you sorted your dress? Anybody around who can't know? Tell me, what's it like? Yeah. And there you go. Now, question is, obviously, you're looking at flowers. Have you sorted your flowers yet? And it leads in naturally, but you've got them talking about themselves. And maybe, maybe about it, by asking if they've got their dress, asking about their venue, it's given you opportunities to kind of pick up on their style, where they're having it is really crucial. If you've worked there before, you can throw some comments in like that. So all of it is kind of just building that relationship and asking questions, and as a friend would. Right, I'll get back to the point now. Sorry, distracted by talking to Sherry. So Sharon, you put gives people something to carry stuff in. Yes, that's what it does. But in what way for you, Sharon? It's a stylish, it's a unique, it's an individual way, isn't it? I mean, your Santa bag, I love your Santa bag. It's absolutely amazing. And yours is more than that, of course. Yours is also about the eco-friendly side of it. It does it in a very eco-friendly way. You do it in a way that you've repurposed. That we've got to encompass that in what you do. You're right, but it's more. Sally, bespoke cards make people feel special, thought of, and valued. Yes, and actually, there's more than that as well, isn't it? Because you're selling to the person who's sending the card. So it's making that person feel good that they found the right card to send to the right person. They've made somebody else feel loved, and so somebody thinks really well of them. So you're showing a family member that they care, isn't it? Showing a family member that they love. So this is all where in many ways it's so logical, but in other ways it's easy that we forget it when it comes to doing our marketing. We do things like, I've listed this. Sorry, Sally, only because it's you. I know you don't do this, but I've listed your card. I've listed this latest card on Etsy. What do you think? Buy it now. Isn't it amazing how as something as simple as a card shows a loved one that we haven't forgotten them, how much we care, whatever it might be, and then the photo, and then underneath this is actually available to buy in Etsy or over on Etsy. Here's the link. What a difference that is in how powerful it is. When's the last time you sent a card? Question mark. It opens up all these possibilities for conversations. That's where it comes. That's why it's so important. Mark, finally found someone I can talk to you. Hello. Hi, Mark. Sherry put, my flowers give a unique talking point to a wedding date or birthday. Oh, Sherry, no. Your flowers are the finishing touch to a wedding. They add to the style, they add to the look. I make the bride feel proud of what they've got, and also because they're different, they stand out. They're not going to die and disappear. Maybe people could each take a flower at the end of the day, depending on how your designs come apart, and they've each got a memento as well. Your flowers could almost become favors or part of a favor as well, so it reflects everything that's going on. There's so much about your flowers there, Sherry. It's not just a unique talking point. That's a little bit of it, but it's more. I said no, didn't I? No, you are right, but it's more than that. It's how jewelry is the finishing touch to a bridal outfit. It just it's that sparkle on the top, and the flowers at a venue, it just brings it to life, doesn't it? It makes it that individual person's wedding rather than it just being anybody's. So yeah, Debbie, you've got cross-stitch kits allow them to be creative, adults and children. Needle felting and other crafts are just decorative, I guess. But decorative things have a power and an energy. They bring emotions. They make people smile. They may think, oh, it's cute. They say something, don't they, about the person? If it's something decorative, that if you can see cute little fluffy animals around, or if you see really stylish Sue. Anyone knows Sue Harris? This is one of hers. Now, when this is on the window and the sun is shining through it, it's just magical, absolutely magical. But it says something. It says a style. It just says something about the person, doesn't it? So it's more. Think bigger than that. Think more. And as far as being creative, yes, it allows you to be creative, but it's learning that skill, isn't it? And it's having something that will go with you for the rest of your life that you can do at any time. It's time filling. It's being able to make personal gifts for people. There's so much you can do with a skill like cross stitch. It's about creating the homemade personal gift. Learn the skill so you can do this. Okay, Vicky, but I provide cute gifts that other people can give as presents that they often keep for themselves. It's bought as a gift. Oh dear, they also make people smile. My kits give people the know-how to make my crochet creatures themselves. Yes, and Vicky, obviously you are CE tested, aren't you? So obviously they are a toy and have play value as well. Jim, you will bring happiness and a talking point to homes, create an atmosphere or mood in their home. Jim, do you know my daughter? Jim very kindly, when my daughter was having trouble sleeping at night, sent a little spray, lavender spray for her. She still uses it and still loves it now to this day. It makes the world of difference if she's having a bad night's sleep or she's kind of feeling, oh, I need some help dropping off. That spray, it's lasted forever. That spray still comes out and still gets used. You make a difference. Scents and smells are evocative of memories. They bring back so much, don't they? But also they make you feel, if you walk into a room and there's an smell, you don't want to be there. Whereas if it smells really nice and fragrant, you want to be there. If it smells like summer, if it smells like, I don't know, fresh washing, so much it can be. And yeah, so Jim, more, bigger than that. And yes, you will be there. I haven't forgotten, I needed to message you, Jim. Mark, I give a man a way to express himself to a formal event or wedding. Yes, to be themselves at a formal event. They haven't got to hide away their personality. They haven't got to kind of just be wearing the same as everybody else. They do have a way. So yeah, perfect. Sherry, I love weddings. Brilliant. That's the point. Just get nosy with people. Have you set the date yet? Can I see you ring? All that type of stuff. Well, you know how it works. So I'm creating a memory, so an image they can keep forever of their beloved pet. Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. So Sharon, none are ever the same. They wouldn't be even if I tried. Yeah. Creating a post as I listen to this, I shall try gushy, not factual. It will likely feel awful. It probably is a step out your comfort zone to do this, but it's about asking people how it's about clicking into those emotions. It really is. It makes the world of difference in marketing. I will talk, and the other thing this does is when you're asking questions, I did say we'd look at SEO. I'm only going to touch on SEO really, but if you know what your product does for people, find out when people are searching for your products, are they searching for a blue pen? Probably not the best example, to be honest. They probably would search for a pen. Are they searching for a blue pen, or are they searching for something to write with? Yeah, I know it's not an emotional, but you get the idea that you're opening up your keywords here. You're finding more phrases that you can put out there, and you're going to have to test this. As much as I'm going to tell you that this is working from an interrupt point of view, from a getting people's attention, getting people conversing with you and having conversations, which is what social media, of course, is all about. This is what it's about. Getting out there and having those conversations, starting conversations, and start conversations that people want to respond to. If you click into an emotion, when's the last time you made somebody feel great by sending them a card? Some people will say, oh, I haven't sent a card in ages. Others will be, oh, I actually sent one last week. Or, yeah. Sherry, but I've just been told off. Sorry. I'm just a bit passionate today, Sherry. I have got to go over and check the page as well. I'll check the website. I'm now at the bottom of this. Kirsty, you put my crochet patterns and craft course. Give the customer the chance to get creative and develop a skill from the comfort of their own home. My toys give children a special friend to play and express their imagination. Bookmarks help customers keep track of where they are and get organised. Yes. And again, you are then getting into the emotion of how people feel when they're unorganized and how frustrating it is, but how great it feels when it is. It's the emotions of how this affects people. Right, I'm aware of the time. Right, let's go. And over here, webpage. I'm coming over to see you. I'm getting there. Right then. So, Lisa, you've put it finishes off a nativity donkey costume, adds a touch of carroty glass. I love it. But it just creates the atmosphere, doesn't it? It adds that atmosphere. Joe, you've put it entertains children and gives them a place to be creative. It's convenient and portable. It gives mums a quick and easy all-in-one activity. They are themed throughout the year, i.e. my Christmas ones are great for a quiet activity for overexcited kids. They're great for Christmas Eve boxes, etc. Brilliant. So weddings, entertaining the kids. For bride, keep the kids quiet at your wedding. Is that not, that's tapping into an emotion, isn't it? It's that, those are the messages that you need to be putting out there for your marketing, not just saying wedding activity books. You need to, worrying about how you're going to keep the kids quiet at your wedding. How about offer the solution? You're finding the problem and you're offering the solution. That's what your products do. Okay, right. I have actually got a worksheet download that I'm going to give you a link to in a minute, which I really want you to go and grab. I've got to find the link. I'll put my glasses back on for that, because it's breaking this down. Right, the next thing, I've got a race on. And the next thing I really want you to do, Jane predicted I wouldn't keep to my hour. I'm going to do my best. We're going to race through these next bits. I want to know, how much do you want to earn in a year from your business? I'm thinking really your earnings, not the turnover, your earnings. Now, to know your earnings, you have to know how much you're earning from each product that you sell, or you have to know your hourly rate. I am aware if that's the only way that I know of to work it out easily, as I'm going to get you to do in a minute. But right now, what is it that you want to earn from your business? How much? Do you know what that looks like when you break it down into what you actually need to be selling each week or each month? Because the thing is here that I'm trying to highlight, truly, sales and marketing after your creativity, after your products, is the most important thing you can do in your business. The only way you are going to achieve the sales to hit that target goal that you are setting yourself, that you want to achieve, which means you can pay all your bills or you can leave your job and do this part-time, whatever number that is, the only way you're going to achieve it is through sales and marketing. So you have to find that confidence, you have to find that self-worth and that self-esteem, you have to do that talking to yourself in the mirror if that's what it takes. You have to fake it till you make it. The good thing, as I said before, is that those skills grow and strengthen with the more sales you get and the more that you kind of work on yourself to do it. And it's amazing investment to do that. So you need to do that. You need to nip those doubts in the bud. Doubt seeds in the bud. Whatever I'm trying to say, you understand. I know you know what I mean. So we've got that going on. But do you know how much you want to make? I'm going to refresh now and see if anybody's brave enough to tell me. So on the download as well, there is it's only a one sheet download. It's like a business and marketing plan on a page. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. It breaks down your products. It breaks down your messages that you want to be putting out there. It looks at challenges and obstacles. It looks at your goals and how much you want to earn and how you're going to break it down. And what it means in terms of your products. Obviously, it only does all this when you fill it in. And then it looks at your marketing. Oh, I've had an error on the Facebook feed. Ooh, don't think I've had that before. Right. We're back, but nobody's told me. Let's have a look over here. You're all being quiet about admitting how much you want to earn. Okay. Well, I did some sums earlier. If you wanted to earn 10 grand from your business a year, you're looking at just under £200 a week. So really what you need to know is, what can you do to bring in £200 a week worth of sales? But that's £200 of your earnings. So for that, if you don't know, if you don't already know this, work out your hourly rate. Figure it out, know what it is, and add that to your products. You have to get your pricing spot on for you to be able to do this. You have to. You have to know how much you earn per hour or per product. However you want to work it, it's up to you, but you have to have that information at hand. You have to know those numbers. You're a business owner. You've got to know this stuff. If you want to make more money on your business, you're here. You have to know your numbers. You have to know what you make off each sale. So once you know that, you can work out, well, how am I going to do that? And that means you get out there and you sort your marketing. And that means that messages we've just been talking about are the messages that you have to get out there. It means having that self-esteem and that self-value and self-worth. That's the other thing, when your self-worth and self-value is too low, you don't price yourself properly. Okay. I'm not digging into that now. You're being very quiet on me. Either that or my pages aren't refreshing. So, assuming your pricing is okay. Oh, we've got some comments. We have. Sherry, you put, I'm aiming for a full-time income. I'll be very happy with £300, which would be one full wedding order per week, approximately. Brilliant. You know exactly what that is. Once you know what that is, that's your goal. That's your mission. And it's like working all the marketing tools and techniques that are out there till you find what works to get that. You're going to have lulls, aren't you? You're going to have times where it's booking and you're going to have times where it's making. Season, we know that weddings are seasonal. But those, I don't even know how many brides get married every year just in the UK alone. You only want one a week. That's 50, 52 a year. That's all you want. You can do that. Wow, you can do that. So, different ways, Sherry, of doing it. Network with other wedding suppliers, particularly wedding photographers and bridal shops and locations. Yeah. They are a big in for you. Promise. Become friends with them so that when people ask them, they get recommended. What you want is you want the suppliers that people go to before they sort their flowers. You don't want the ones afterwards, you want the ones before. So you've got that going on and you build those contacts. You also need to be inspiring people with wedding photos on your social media through emails, and you need to be collecting email addresses as well, which is your wedding fairs. Collect those email addresses. Ooh, I can see it. I'm not going to focus on you now. Right. Jim, you'd like to earn 12 to 15k a year. So again, you're probably looking at about the 300 plus mark. So Jim, if you're doing online, you're digital, teaching people, passing on your skills, as I think is where you're going to go, then actually, yeah, I'm not saying you're going to get there overnight. I'm really not saying anyone's going to get there overnight, but it is possible to do these numbers. Vicky, you want to earn enough to support my family and me, but I know I'm nowhere near that, and it does scare me silly, this bit. That's normal. It really is normal. But the only way that you can get clear about what it is that you want to do and what it is you want to achieve, and to see that you're making that progress, is to knuckle down and work this out. So when you get my sheets, when you download it in a few minutes, fill it in and work it out. They say that goals written down are achieved 10 times more than those that aren't. It focuses you. It makes you realize what it is you've got to do and put the work in to get there. Another exercise that works really, really well is write down, the recommendation is 50 plus. Just lines, notes about what will change in your life, what achieving this goal will enable you to do. And again, this is really about feeding your brain and training your brain about why it's so important. And it gives you kind of things you can tick off as you go. Done that, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that. Yeah. Okay. Jim, you get the fabulous pricing sheet from Nicolette. Yes. Actually, watch out for the new website. The new website's got free pricing calculators on there, which are brilliant. So watch out for those coming very, very soon, as soon as I get back to the website and get it finished. Mark, I would like to make 3 sales a week minimum. Brilliant. Do you know how much that works out to, as in for you, how much you earn? Because obviously you've got people to pay as well, haven't you? So how much does that actually put in your pocket? Debbie, I sell most of my cross stitch kits to trade customers. Do I apply the same rules? Yes. Right, you have to know exactly what you are earning from your business, and actually trade customers, if you're giving them the information about how it makes the difference, you are going to need to tell them the benefits for them and selling it. But if you are also attracting people naturally as well, they're going to go looking for your products. So then people want to stock you. Yeah. So yes, definitely. It's about building your reputation and building your brand. Do I keep the two businesses separate? Cross stitch, which has been going a few years, but I've let slide, and handcrafted items, that's recent. I don't see that you need to. I see that they're both handcrafted. What you need to decide there, Debbie, is how different your customers are. It really depends on the messages you put out. If there's a crossover in your messages, you're fine. If there's not, then it's separate. Terry, you put, I need to add to my current business. Yep, we can do that. Sharon, but I cannot post this on laptop. That's weird. Don't know why. I'm sorry, Sharon. I've just had doing a refresh. It just had a complete error, which is unusual. So it's obviously not quite right today. Joanne, you put Facebook is down. I'm having service unavailable. That would explain why people have gone quiet. Thank you for telling me. I said I had an error. It came back for me. Right, I'll carry on without asking those questions then. So I will put the link in. Let me give you the link for the download. Let me check I've got the right one. Yes. Okay, so let's pop it in there. That's the download link. That's the download link. Download link. Sophie, you've managed to post. You put, I would love to get at least 2 to 4 photo shoots a month on top of dog shows and other income, but I'm nowhere near this. Everybody starts at zero. The most successful businesses that you see out there today, when they started, hadn't sold anything. Okay? We all start at the same place. It's the energy and the work that you put in that makes the difference. The thing you can control, okay? You can't control the sales happening completely, but what you can control is the amount of time and energy that you put into sales and marketing. You have to commit to making this as important as the making. You have to. Now, that balance will flip, won't it? When you haven't got the sales and marketing is up here. It will do that over time. It will still always be as important, but the time that you spend will balance out. And also what happens is you refine and you find exactly what works. Consistent marketing brings in consistent results once you've refined and found what it is that works for you. And you then have to be consistent doing it. If you take a break or you start doing something else and it doesn't work, you basically have to come back and start again. Inconsistent marketing gets inconsistent results. So if you want this amount of money that you're saying, find the time to invest in your business to get consistent with your marketing. Now, marketing, the other thing on this download, I'm out of time. The other thing that's on this download is the platforms that you are. Do you know which platforms are buying and which platforms are promoting? The promoting, you're very much doing that, the feelings and the emotions and what your product does. The selling, you're going to have to test and see which one works. Okay, I was going to dig into that more. I'm not going to. But so your platforms that you use, you've got your social media, you've got your selling platforms, email marketing, collecting emails. It's still out there. It still works. It isn't a numbers game. You do not need a massive email list. What you need is an email list which are people who respond and engage with you. We know social media is getting harder. Use tools like Google Analytics if you've got your own website, and Etsy links to Google Analytics, doesn't it? Right. I've just questioned myself in my head. Use those and see how people find you. I discovered yesterday that one of my most popular pages this week has been a craft fair tips, people coming from Pinterest. I've not put that on Pinterest in a long time. It was ages ago. I've not promoted that page in a long time. Yet this week it's one of my most popular pages. Knowing what's out there, knowing what's working, crucial, absolutely crucial, because then you can maximize it and keeping on top of that. Right. So you've got the link for the download. If you have found today useful, if you have found this useful and you want to do more work on your business and marketing, but guided, but it's the marketing, it's the mindset, it's the pricing, it's everything we've done today, but over a whole day with just 10 people in a session online like this, but probably talking with me rather than necessarily just commenting back and forwards, you can join me. But it's called Create Success Live. Success, it's up to you. It depends what your goals are. Success is different for everybody. For some people, it will be £1 million business. For other people, it will be £10,000 a year. That's fine. Whatever you want, Create Success. It's a day working with me. I'm going to pop you that link as well. I'm not going to bore you with it. If you found today useful, it will be much more structured than today. It will be much more. Just realised I didn't post. That's the download. Why is that not commenting? My website isn't letting me comment. That's useful. Oh, now it's time I've got a duplicate comment. I clicked too many times. There you go. That's the download. That's the course. I'll only click it once this time. Don't think it took it. Oh, it did. There you go. Here's the course. So with the Create Success Day, you get me for a whole day. It's 9 till 6. Breaks in the middle. I'm letting you take breaks. We all need a bit of tea break and comfort breaks, but we would be working on and sorting all this out. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's a brilliant starting point. It's a brilliant piece of information, and it really will kickstart you into what you're doing. But it really is just the starting point. And you can do this. So many opportunities. Oh, didn't post from Facebook. Right, so Sharon, you put Facebook is down on and off for me. Want to say I would like to be back to 35,000 plus, and that's not impossible long term, but for now I want to replace current income with what I'm doing. Perfect. Everybody, you start at 0. You can't go from 0 to 35 overnight. Not easily. Yeah. But there's no reason you can't get there if you put your plan into place and you know where that income is coming from. As long as you know what you've got to sell, it comes down to knowing what you want to, what you've got to sell to do that, and knowing that is achievable in your time. Now, you might think that if you want a really big income, that actually that isn't doable from selling your products, because you simply don't have enough time in the day to do it all. Well, in which case you have a choice, don't you? You then either go, right, so I've got to up my prices and allow that I'm paying somebody, and I take a smaller cut off each sale, so selling more, but yeah, and you're outsourcing basically. Or you can do things like looking at digital products and looking like, can I sell patterns? Can I teach? What can I do? So things that pull in an income which doesn't rely on so much of your time. Or your hourly rate goes up because your reputation is amazing and you've given yourself this wow designer brand. It's up to you. There's so many ways we can do this. Sharon, you put can't do 35k without expansion. No, but you can plan for it. And I know that the conversation we had before, that this is all for you, it's all about building your audience now and being ready. Yes, you've got products that are going to go out, but actually your focus was, unless it's changed since we last spoke, was that you're going to build your audience. So you've got an audience ready and waiting for you as you go. It's getting out there and making sure that you're putting out those eco-friendly messages, you're putting out those recycling messages, you're putting out the messages about what's important to you, your core values behind your business, but in a way that your customers are interested in. They don't care about you. They care about themselves. They care about what you can do for them. So if by your bags you can help them be eco-friendly, you're pulling on their heartstrings. That sounds awful, doesn't it? Because I don't mean we're manipulating people. This is about being honest and true to yourself and connecting with customers who've got that same values as well. So if you're showing them the damn, and I know you are doing this, Sharon, that you're showing them about how bad plastics are for the environment and all this kind of information, and you're showing them what they can do to fix this, and little ways are the recycling and everything else and how it all adds up. That's all your core values, and that's what the audience you're building up. Already I'm planning, I know. Okay, so Debbie, that's what I've let happen with my cross stitch, and I do almost need to restart to get new customers. And that's fine, because even if you restart, you're not back all the way you were before, because you've got all that knowledge you learned before. I'm right now recreating a brand new website. Mammoth task. I've got my website. I started a handcrafted business back in 2013, helping people. I've helped hundreds along the way, but it means that things have changed, styles have changed. My style has changed along the way. So now I'm kind of having to take 5 years worth of mishmash, that's what I was trying to say, on a website and put it into a brand that suits me now and today. I feel like I'm starting again in oh so many ways, but I'm not, because I've already got the posts are all still written. My background is, there's so much. I'm not starting from zero. It's not like I'm having to write it all again. When I started back in 2013, it was a blank website. Ooh, what do I type today? Now it's cut and paste, but tidy it up. Yeah, makes the world of difference. And add things like pricing calculators. Oh, I'm excited. Right. Okay, so let's do a refresh. If anybody has any questions, now is the time to ask. I'm going to hang around for the next 10-15 minutes. Please ask me any questions at all. You can ask me about the Create Success Day. You can ask me about anything we've talked about today. Do you know what I haven't covered? There's so much I haven't covered. I know one that was really, really important that I wanted to tell you. Okay, so quality. Please don't sell your products based on quality. I'd never use speech marks like that, but I have to in this instance. Just don't. Please, please don't. Quality is a given as far as your customer is concerned. It really is. It's like saying, I will deliver. Yeah, hope so. What you can tell them is why something is a better quality than something else. The benefits to them, pull on the emotions if you want. This is really soft. The yarn that I've used is the softest. Run the best quality, it's the softest, it's the warmest, it's the whatever. Use those emotive words instead, but remove saying best quality. I think I've used best quality in my planners. If anybody doesn't know, I have got my planners. That's what I'm talking about, because I've used premium quality paper. It's quality paper. It's lovely, nice, thick paper. It just feels like you're writing in something nice. Yeah, I think I've used quality. I need to go back and change that. I'm not quite doing what, do you know, just something clicks and you go, I've done that. But you shouldn't be using quality. Quality is not a key benefit that your customers are interested in, because they just expect the quality to be there. And your reputation, if you have one, and customer testimonials, and your branding and your appearance. There was a question on branding. Let me go back and find the question on branding. All of that all pulls together to show that you are quality without you having to actually say it. Right, so let me find Joanne. Sorry, Joanne, I didn't particularly answer your question, did I? I think I have in a little bit in a roundabout way, but I'm having trouble with branding. I've no design skills. You do not need design skills for branding, I promise. You really, really don't. What you do need is you need to know a colour that you like, a colour that represents you, a colour that you're happy with, and then just use your products and just use text. Don't try and be clever. Don't try and do too much. But if you're really not sure, then look at somewhere like Fiverr, Fiverr, and find somebody who can do you a logo for Fiverr. Just to get you started and get you off the ground. If you could see how often my branding has changed over the last 5 years, it's untrue. Just I found what I'm happy with now. It's not what you see on the current website. Current website mismatch all over the place, all over the shop. In fact, you will see it on the pages. You will actually. That's my new logo. You can see it's very simple. It's just letters with the business name underneath. You don't need anything clever. Branding is about presenting something that's a consistent look, that people see something and they know that it's from you. It's about showing in your images and your photos that you use that you get what's important to them. So with Sally's cards, having a photo of somebody hugging a card. I'm trying to think. I used to have cards pinned up on my board I could have done, because it's so important. It sends a message that's far more important than too much colour. consistency, the feel of what you do. That's all it is. Right, let me refresh. Any questions? Have you found today's session useful? Is it what you thought it would be? Normally, I do a slideshow and we sit and we go through it, but I wanted to be here today. I wanted to be with you. I wanted to talk. I wanted to ask more questions. So yeah, hopefully you found it really, really useful. Oh, Facebook. Only Facebook would choose today to go down, wouldn't it? Let's see if I can get in off my phone instead, because I can't get in off my computer. I needed a backup plan for Facebook, didn't I? Right, so Debbie, you put the good thing is the designs are all my own, so I have all that and the branding, etc. Perfect. So you're not starting from absolute zero. Absolutely brilliant. And that's the other thing, Joanne. Branding is not a permanent thing. Honestly, it isn't. It's like mine's changed multiple times. It really, really has, because when you first start, you're still finding your feet. When you still first set that branding, it's kind of, don't see that it's set in stone, or you'll panic and worry about it if you think that it's set in stone. Just think of it as it's the stepping stone and you'll refine it as you go. That's the beautiful thing about being a small business. Name is important. Starting to find a consistency, not kind of changing everything all the while, but eventually settling on something you stick with. That's the beauty of it. Big businesses, of course, it's different, but yeah, no, with us, don't worry about it. Really don't. Debbie, I struggle with getting people on my craft Facebook page to interact with me. They just don't comment on my posts, even if I ask questions. So I find it difficult to engage with them, and it's my only selling platform at the moment. How do I change that? Right. One thing I want you to do, look at other selling platforms. And that's not what you're really asking, but I want you to add that to your to-do list, even if it's in 3-6 months' time. Put that on there to do. Otherwise, I put out a post yesterday morning, and it was an off-the-cuff, just get a post out there. It's had an organic reach of over 1,000. Well, within an hour and a half, it had an organic reach of over 1,200. Why? I asked people to comment with a GIF. Pop over to my page and you'll see exactly what it said. I've not had that reach in I don't know how long. Ask for GIFs and also use those emotions that we were talking about, Debbie. So you're getting out there and you're asking them. You're going to have to dig a bit deep with your craft kits and with your products, and dig deep and keep asking, keep digging in and asking those questions that involve the emotions. When's the last time you sat down and made something with your child? Do you ever sit down and do this? Do you remember when you used to sit, or did your granny ever teach you how to? Yeah. So you've got to have some of those innocuous questions that aren't directly selling, but they're getting your name out and they're making people think of you when they're thinking about things that are creative, or thinking about things that are cross stitch or everything. And that's the point of it. Yeah. Not everything that goes out on your Facebook page includes a link. Not everything includes a direct reference to something that people can buy. Sometimes it's just talking about the emotions, what your product does in the broader picture. Try something like that. Jim, you put as good as always. Brilliant. I'm so pleased, Jim. It's lovely to have you here, by the way. It's been ages. Sally, thanks, Nicola. A friendly, useful session. Brilliant. Vicky, very useful. Sharon, Insta's gone too. Wow. Oh, I timed that well, didn't I? Joe, I always get responses with GIFs. I stole that idea yesterday morning when people love to use GIFs. It's weird. They love or hate. I'm not actually a massive fan of them, but I get responses. Videos as well. Experiment, Debbie. See what responds with your audience. Facebook algorithm works in such a way that if your audience respond to images, when you post images, they're more likely to see them. If they respond to text, same. If they respond to videos. So it's very much geared to what your audience, what they would generally respond to. So if you find something that works, try that again. Oh, Facebook, you refreshed and went, oh, there you go. But yeah, gifts can work. Debbie, ask questions like, what are you doing today? What's your favorite craft, etc. It doesn't work. You're not digging into the emotions. What are you doing today? Scroll by. Remember, you've got to interrupt people. You've got to inspire people. So maybe use places like Unsplash and Pixabay and Pexels, each websites where you can download stock imagery. They're not perfect. You really should use them sparingly, okay? But maybe if there's a picture of a child sat with her granny learning to do something, it's an emotive picture, is what I'm trying to say. It tells the story before people have seen it, and you're asking the question, did you do this? I remember when, and tell your story. Connect with stories. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Lots of kisses and a nice gif. Sharon, you had to post to Twitter. Jim, I've also left you a comment on your question for your daughter. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She's really got it. And that's you. You've inspired her with that. I'm not joking there, Jim. You've inspired her with scents. What she has a habit of doing, she's got various sprays and various perfumes and different things. And she'll come down and I'll go, what have you been doing? I've been mixing. And she just mixes all these different ones. She doesn't kind of use the rose petals like I used to do, rose petals and water. No. She takes all these different ones and mixes them together. And then she was in the bath the other day and she's come out. I should have taken a photograph of it because I could show you. But now there was an empty liquid soap bottle, and she's put a concoction of all sorts in there, and it's now got a label on the front saying handcrafted soap. That's in there, and she's already demonstrated to me. It looks watery when you do it, but you rub your hands together and it goes all bubbly. She's told me she knows what's important. The bubblies. Bubblies? Not such a word. Oh, Facebook's gone again there. And I'm on the wrong page there. I'm in completely the wrong pages anymore. How's that happened? And my tummy is going crazy. That tells me it's lunchtime. I can't even find you on my pages anymore. There you go. I'm doing well, aren't I? Let's see if I can get back to you. Thank you. Well, look, do it, and you've got to test. It is a case of testing. Have a routine, have a structure to what you do. Commit to it. It's the best way. Right. Oh, I've got a link over here to the webpage. I'll use that instead. Haha! Forgot I'd given myself a link on the YouTube comments. Dearie me. Right then. Where are we at? No more comments on there. Facebook going down has panicked everybody. Right then. Why when I refresh that, is it taking me to there? That's bizarre. Right. If I've missed any comments, I will come back and ask them later. Remember, grab your download. It's a brilliant, if I say so myself, you have to believe in yourself, creative business and marketing plan on a page. It works really well. It just points out everything that we've covered in today's session. Yeah, makes you see what's important. There was a section on there for challenge and solution. So Sherry, for example, your challenge is talking to people face to face, events and wedding fairs. So in which case a solution for you is practice and ask people about their weddings. Make it about them and not about you. Yeah. And then there's an action plan of things to do. So Debbie, for you, it would be find a new selling platform would be on there for me. And obviously your deadline is whatever it is, and also test and try out your different posts on Facebook. Also, start networking on Facebook. Get out there and network with other people. Talk in other groups. Find groups where you can post links and connect with people. Get talking to people. So you actually are connecting and making those relationships, because we know we can't rely on Facebook anymore. That's why a new platform for you is crucial. Debbie, you put, don't like the gifts, they make my eyes spin. But do your audience like them? If your audience like them, it's still got to be worth a try. Right, I'm going to go. We've been well over the hour. If you found this useful, I'm over the moon. Please maybe leave me a review on my Facebook page or on Google, somewhere like that. It would be absolutely brilliant. It gives me a little bit of a boost. Tell your friends about the fact that I'm going to be doing this session. Will change a little bit because it's so interactive, so of course it's going to change. I'm going to be doing one of these again next week, so if you know someone who would find it useful, I really would appreciate you telling them all about it. If you found today absolutely amazing but not quite enough, if you think, oh, I really need a helping hand to properly work through all this and I know it will make the difference to my business, because it will, you will know exactly where you're going to go, you'll know how you're going to make more money, and you'll be feeling clear and confident about how to get on with it, then take a look at my Create Success Live Day. There are 2 dates, one in December and one in January. And you never know, I might run them again afterwards. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll see how they go. Basically, Create Success is a variation on my successful Make Your Way to Success course. It's pulling that and more into one day. And you also get the full Make Your Way to Success course as well. So you can dip into that anytime you like. Okay. Mark, you put, will it be the same next week? I will make a little bit. There's definitely a crossover next week, but I'm going to try and put more on the platforms and the social media and head a little bit more that way. But I am being led by everyone who's here. Anybody who joins me, if you have a question to ask, if you want to know something, you ask it and I'll cover it. This is my framework. My framework is starting with the mindset. It's moving on to your research and your customers and your products, and then moving on to what you earn and platforms. Yeah, so it depends how the session goes. If the same people turn up next week, then we'll do far more about platforms because we've covered all this today. So please feel welcome to join me. Any questions about Create Success, send me a message. I shall speak to you very, very soon. Bye.